hypothetically think about something. That's what as if frame means. Backtrack frame means whenever you are trying to make them realize some of the past success of their stories, take them back into the history. Okay, guys, whenever you are facing some challenge, can you recognize that something you have done in the past? If something you have done, is that helping you to think currently? So take them to the back of the history so that they can recollect some great things they have done. Sometimes blame frame, we also hold this on the accountability part or responsibility part. People are going to be really blaming at times to the people before they get into conflicts and understand the realities. So it's important to understand what is this aspect is all about. So why we are talking about all these things as an agile coach, because you need to hold all these frames during the course of your interaction with the people. You cannot just generalize anything. You need to hold different frames at different times based on the context, what it takes to help the people. Once you have this clarity, we also need to understand the communication models. As an agile coach, what is that you are going to do? How are you going to create these communication models? So there are multiple things you can think about it. There is a way we call delete, distortion, generalize. For example, you are getting some information from somewhere. You may be using some of that. You may be deleting some of that. You don't use all of that all the time. Sometimes you take the information what it makes sense. Sometimes you discard some information. And we also generalize at times knowingly, unknowingly. So that is one type of communication. How do you do within the teams? Another way is we all have some meta programs inside our brain, the way we brought up, right? So those wirings inside the brain will make you to think differently. For example, Marianne may think in one way, I may think one way. Adhira may think in one way. How these things are possible? Because we all have some mental mappings inside the brain. We behave based on that. We communicate based on that. We have our own belief system. We have our own values. We have certain decisions done in the history. So we have some confidence. We have some memorable things. So those all things bind us together to communicate with the people, external world. So we have to be careful when you bring that aspect, how you can communicate based on that you will get the response from the people. And last but not the least, one more type of model, VAC OG system we call visual, seeing, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory, and gustatory. These are the 5 senses of the human being. As a person, we have that ability of seeing and tasting and talking and listening and all those skills, right? The 5 senses. For somebody, one of the sense may be very dominating. For somebody, the same sense may be very less of impactful thing. So how do you understand the senses of the people? What is their dominating factor? How they wanted to get the communication? So you need to attune to those communication models. So what type of people then you need to communicate accordingly as an agile coach? So how do you know that? What kind? Again, this is another powerful thing called eye-accessing cues. This is another important aspect. People will go around understanding what a personality is of type. Visual construct. When you are speaking to somebody, face to face, if that person is looking right diagonally up, that person is visually construct people. What does that means? These people, when they speak to you, they are constructing some stories for you by looking future. It is not real. They are making some stories for you. If you look at the same way, the left diagonally up, they are remembering something from the past. This person also a visual dominated person, but recollecting something from the past experience. When the person seeing the straight right on your eyeballs, auditory construct, making this person is analyzing some data. This person is remembering some data from the future and the past. Similarly, the person is looking at the left side down diagonal, auditory digital. This person is processing lots of data from the past. So you need to calibrate this way, this person, kinesthetic person, right hand side diagonally down. These people are more of touchy kind of feely kind of people. They don't get to know when you speak to them, when you show them something. These people wanted some experiential learnings, experiential stuff. They can't just imagine anything what you are communicating. They want something in concrete, in written, or in email, or some kind of touchy-feely kind of people, if somebody is looking at you downstream. So why we are talking about all of this? As an agile coach, it is very important for you to understand my coachee, who is sitting in front of me, to whom I am going to coach. what kind of personality that person is all about, so that I can align my thought process, I can communicate accordingly, so that we are aligned quickly by calibrating ourselves. If you don't care about the personality, what will happen? Many things what you try to help will backfire because you don't understand the person in the first place. So this is very important aspect you need to understand. Then, as an agile coach, you are going to do some kind of teaching at times to the people. You are going to facilitate certain events. You are also going to train people for many aspects. These are some kind of stances, what we say for agile coach. You must have a good handle on these things. If you don't have a good handle on this, probably you will not be able to become a good agile coach if you want to cater the needs what we're talking about. Similarly, there is a consulting, there is a coaching also possible. Sometimes people don't understand the difference between these two. Consultants are paid services for a short-term time where they are going to consult and provide some problems for organizations. They are going to tell what problem organization is going under through. So people may be thinking they are doing all great things, still results are not going to happen. What they do? They will engage one consult. Can you please tell us what problems we are facing? Because we don't know. We think everything is right. These people come and investigate, they tell your problem. Then that problem has to be fixed. So whether by mentoring or coaching or training, facilitation, doesn't matter. But consultants help you to find your problems. Similarly, coaches will make you to find your own solutions. They don't give the solutions for you ready-made. And they don't find your problems. They probably try to ask you your own solutions by making you realize your problems. So this is the fundamental difference between a consultant and coach. Similarly, if you look at this, there is a small video on mentor and coaching. Let us also look at most of the people don't have the clarity. What is mentoring? What is coaching? So this video will give you some idea. Let's take a look on that quickly.
Good morning, coach.
Good morning. Okay? But I am not your coach.
Okay.
I am your mentor.
My mentor? I thought that a coach does exactly the same things as a mentor. Isn't that the case?
No. Some things are similar. But there are also some critical differences. Let me explain. As a mentor, I focus on your long-term development. A coach usually focuses on a short-term performance results.
Oh, I see.
Another difference is that a coach is often task-oriented, which matches the performance-focused approach. I try to build a relationship-oriented partnership with you, so that you feel comfortable about asking me questions. And don't hesitate to come and talk to me about any difficulties you may encounter.
Okay, but both a coach and a mentor have to offer guidance to their coachee or mentee. So in some way they are similar as well, aren't they?
Yes, that's right. And what other similarities and differences can you think of?
Let me think for a moment. Well, I experience a lot of support and I'm sure a coach offers support as well. It all gets clear to me when I think about my basketball coach.
That's interesting. Go on.
Now I see what you mean by long-term and short-term focus. Both you and my basketball coach are concerned with my training and skills development. It's just that you do it to make me learn things for the rest of my professional career, while my basketball coach does it to win a game. So in business context, a coach would support the coachee to see results.
Yes. You are a fast learner. And what about some other differences?
Well, you ask me a lot of questions that make me think and reflect upon my work. What do I do? How do I do it? It's not about the product I deliver but mainly about the procedure. We focus on the process in general that I initiate to come to a certain outcome, whereas a coach will rather suggest ways to do it otherwise or in a manner that suits her or him best in order to meet the performance standards. It's like a top-down manner. In our relationship I feel more equal. But yet, sometimes you also use coaching method while mentoring me.
That's right again. I do that sometimes because coaching can be a subcomponent of mentoring. A tool that I can use to make our relationship even more effective.
Well, mentor. Thanks for sharing your experience and knowledge with me.
Excellent. Hope that helps you to understand a little bit on what is mentoring and what is coaching as well. So coaches try to make people realize their solutions and mentors try to help with some solutions as well. That is the cornerstone of the mentors, advising, suggesting, giving some options. But coach will try to make you to realize the same. That's an important aspect. So this another interesting stuff is very close to my heart. Most of the people don't understand the fundamental difference between this coach, consultant, counseling, mentors, right? See, if you look at this graph, very powerful. In our life, we are all talking about some problems and solutions. So somebody don't know even their problem. Somebody, they don't know their solutions. So on the planet, there are 4 types of people. Somebody is telling your problem. Somebody is asking your problem. Somebody is telling you some solutions. Somebody is asking solutions. If you understand this basic combinations, you are good. The person who asks problem is called counselors in this trend. The person who tells the problem is consultant. And the person who asks solution is coach. And finally, the person who tells solution is mentor. This is the one of the core powerful slide you can take back in your life. Okay, to understand the fundamental difference between those 4 primary roles. And as an agile coach, interesting part is you may need to play all these 4 roles in your life because agile coach is a designation in the organization. You may need to mentor people, you may need to coach people, you may need to counsel, you may need to consultant, you may need to facilitate, you may need to train people. A lot of those things will happen. So this is the beauty. First, you understand the core difference, what it means. So your journey starts with training people. That's what tutoring here means. And then you need to make sure that they're understanding and applying mentor. Once they do that, go and coach them by asking powerful questions. And over a period of time, these roles can be kind of swapping between, which means it is not about this is the hierarchical thing. Okay, first you need to train, then mentor, then coaching, then done for the life. No, you may need to train again if something new comes, or you may need to mentor if they stuck up somewhere. When they're doing great, you can coach them. This is the kind of things you can do as per the situation. But typically, your life starts with training people and then hand-holding and then making realize their potential. This is the coaching journey, I would say. This is another powerful statement, what you can see here by Robert. I know that you believe you understand what you think I said, but I am not sure you realize that what you heard is not what I meant. This is another problem in the coaching dimension. We always talk to people, they think they understand, you think they understand, but the problem is they never understand what you intended to be. That's where the communication gap comes from. As an agile coach, you must make sure this is not happening. You must make sure you are on the same page with your coaching. If you can do those kind of things, that would be awesome. They can get a lot of good ideas and then you can help people to be successful. So then another powerful thing commonly what I come across to help people to find their ways, there is a concept called Cartesian questions. For example, one of you might be thinking and 30 minutes before or 40 minutes before or 1 hour before, today there is a master class, should I join or not? If that is the goal you have, you can think about like this. What will happen if I join? What will happen if I don't join? What won't happen if I join? What won't happen if I don't join? These are the 4 questions in the life. For anything you wanted to do, if you are in a dilemma, ask these questions, answer you will get by default. Yourself. You need not ask anybody around you, I should join or not. When you ask yourself, your inner soul will tell. Same technique you can apply to your coaching also. Whenever somebody come to you with a problem, or they are expecting some solution, or they want to take a decision, ask these questions. Okay, interesting. What will happen if you do this? What will happen if you don't do this? There they will get all the insightful thinking. So use this as one of the tools for you as an agile coach whenever there is a dilemma of the decision making to the people. This is another powerful coaching guidance, what you can take back as an individual competency framework, what we say. Your teaching, mentoring, Your facilitation, professional coaching are the basic tenets for you. You must be a good lean practitioner from an agile point of view. You must have some technical mastery, business mastery, and transformational mastery. These are the things what you carry by virtue of your experience and your expertise that will be able to leverage to the organizations where you are coaching, right? And then if you want to understand further from here, how do I start coaching my people? So this is what we call coaching arc. So first you create an environment with the people, whether that person is ready for coaching or not. Are you calibrating with person or not? Greet them, wish them, understand, create a good ground for coaching conversation. Then ask for the agenda, how I can help you today. And am I influencing any biases or I am liberal? You need to ask yourself, don't be judgmental. And use 5-way technique, root cause analysis, Pareto things to explore the topic with the coachee. Then narrow down to the actions. Then make that coachee accountable for the outcomes. This is how the structure of the coaching in your day-to-day life, whenever somebody come to you for the coaching. If you can follow this structure, you can make your coachee or client realize their own answers or solutions for their problem. Again, this is a big art of the game. It is not that easy as I am saying. This is where in our actual class, ICP, ACC, whatever the slides I am talking now, every slide can be spent around 15-20 minutes at least. And that is the essence we do in 3 days of the class to go to the depth of all these things. Especially on this, we spend almost 4 hours on making you practice on the coaching curve with some deliberative discussions by taking coaching scenarios. This is the structure of the coaching discussion. At the end, you need to understand how my teams are doing in the organization. If you know that most of the organizations, when they wanted to do something, they form the teams. Once they are forming means what? They bring multiple people together for that aim of the product or service what they are going to build. Typically, we call them as forming state when multiple team members comes together. During that time, what happens? Everybody pleasing together. Everybody is greeting very well because nobody knows what exactly they are going to do, but they came together for some purpose. Forming is beautiful because everybody is welcoming each other. Everybody want to be good for each other. But once we start working on, what will happen? Everybody's egos comes into picture. I am right. You are not right. It is my way or it is the only way. Don't tell me I have X years of experience. This kind of egos clicks and hurts. Then storming comes, conflicts. Then slowly people understand the ground reality. Over a period of time, they get into your norming state. In the norming state, they start respecting the people's and opinions because they are working together for some time. They know the ground reality, who is up to what, which they don't know earlier. Once that is realized, they come to norming state. Once they continue to work on the norming state, what will happen? Some consensus, team spirit, changing I mentality to we mentality. Slowly, they are going to performing better. That's where the performing teams and high performance comes into picture. That's where everybody will speak with a rational. They respect the people. They respect everything. So they become high performing by trusting each other. Once they cross that adjourn, releasing of the people or adjourning to different engagements, that's the last step. They come and leave. First and last step are quite obvious. Storming, norming, performing is where the reality comes from the actual work items. So why we are showing this? As an agile coach, you must make sure that which stance of agile coach I need to apply at different stages of the team development. If you don't understand this, you will not be able to the player of agile coach. Means people are forming new. You cannot coach them, right? In the beginning, what you can do, you can train them. So in the forming state, you need to train as an agile coach. In the storming, what is happening? Some conflicts. There is nothing to teach or coach. You need to facilitate. Facilitate a conflict negotiation so that the conflicts are resolved. So that is another stance or another hat you need to wear as agile coach. Forming, you are wearing the hat of trainer. In the storming, you are wearing the hat of facilitator. In the norming, probably you can wear the hat of mentoring, helping them to be successful. In the performing is where you can actually coach because they know what it means, what it takes. They understand the powerful questions, what you can ask in the coaching. So coaching works in the performing state of the people. Finally, in the adjourning, you can give the advices, you can be mentor, well-wisher on the next course of action for their career progression or any advice what you want to give. So trainer to mentor, in between, you have a facilitator, a mentor, a coach kind of. So that's where the power of your understanding of the people and the ground reality comes. Once you assess the what state of your teams, you can apply the right stance. When you apply the right stance, they can enhance the value what they're trying to create. If you don't understand this, what will happen? You may apply the wrong stances. When you apply the wrong stances, what will happen? It may backfire. You think people are going to receive whatever you say. That's not going to happen because you are not doing the right application of the stance. This is the crux for the Agile coaches. If you ask me one thing, what is that we should do if I want to become an Agile coach? If I want to good at Agile coach, if I am a coach already, this is the most important thing for you. Understanding where my team, where I am going to coach fall in the maturity curve. Are they in the forming or storming or norming and performing or adjourning? This is what we do your entire life as an Agile coach. Once you assess the team's development stage, then you apply the right Agile stance. Okay, they're in the norming state, let me go and mentor. They're in the performing state, let me go on real coaching. No, they are new, let me go and train them. Okay, there are already some burning issues, let me facilitate a discussion. So this is the power of the Agile coach. Then again, in the actual class, what we teach is, how do you really do a good training? How do you become a good trainer? So there is a whole bunch of activity, exercise. You will understand power of becoming a good trainer as Agile coach. Then we talk about facilitation. How do you become a good facilitator? What is that facilitation really means? Then what is mentoring? What is coaching? As you have seen in the video, we do some deliberate discussions and a lot of deep dive sessions on the mentoring part as well. So that will tell you about how do you go about it, what coaching is all about, how do you practice it. So taking a scenario and then practicing will be useful here. And then we also teach you on negotiation of that conflicts, some conflict facilitation technique, some coaching models as appendix will give some additional information. Those are all will be taken care in the main course. I hope everybody understand here. Ultimately, the goal here is you need to become a good Agile growth mindset for Agile coach, understanding the stances, understanding the team development stages, and finally, you are going to apply the right stance for the right scenario. That will make you to become a great personality by Agile coach. People will start respecting you, your knowledge, your process. That can change or impact a lot on the people ways of working. And that impact directly correlates to the organizational goals. And so the business outcomes are quite obvious. Sometimes the biggest confusion to the people is when I'm going to play the Agile coach designation, they think that we are always expected to give some solutions, not actually coaching. That's possible. Even I have come across that situation in my life. As an Agile coach, you need to understand which of the things are requiring some coaching or which of the scenarios requires mentoring, which of the scenarios requires training or facilitation. So you must understand that all these things, what I'm talking about, the stances from facilitation to coaching, those are the different role plays you are going to do in the journey of Agile coach, or different stances, different hats you are going to play. Don't think that I need to provide only solutions, which means no only mentor. No, sometimes people think I need to train people, that's all. No, that is training is one aspect. Mentoring is one aspect. Facilitation is one aspect. Ultimately, coaching is what you need to do to make people find their own solution. Otherwise, we always say, right, if a person is hungry, you can give a fish, but what will happen? Again, when there is a hungry, that person will come to you. You need to keep giving the fishes for the lifetime, right? You can't afford to give the fish for the lifetime. Had it been you are teaching them how to catch the fish, they will not come back to you. They know how to catch the fish now. So coaching is all about giving the fish a man versus teaching them how to catch the fish. And that is the ultimate crux of the Agile coaching or any coaching for that matter in our life. So make sure that you understand that essence, you get the clarity of that, you assess the teams, you apply the right stance, you become a great Agile coach. So that's what I would say. A lot of great books here. And this PDF can be shared. If you are interested, reach out to Marianne. She will try to share. And these recordings also might be available publicly. So nice books. Coaching Agile Teams, one of the powerful book. Coactive coaching is the one of the best book, if you ask me, on the slide. That will make you a wonderful personality as an Agile coach. Coactive coaching. Some other things are complementary, something more you can explore later. But if you want to continue as an Agile coach in any organization, a corporate setup, Coaching Agile Teams is a good book. If you want to become a consultant, freelancer, the best possible Agile coach, independently working, coactive coaching is good. So choose based on your career path and all, what books you can start with. Rest, there is no limit. Once you start getting there, you will get more ideas and more books and references in your course of journey. So that's all pretty much here. Ultimately, if you are not ready to change, nobody is going to help you. With your growth mindset, help organizations. Those who are flexible and adaptable for change, they can success. If we are limiting ourselves, it's not about the intelligence or capabilities or great things which can change. Your readiness to change, your adaptability to change, your flexibility can change the game. The late you take the time, you are out of the market. So be ready for the change and try to lead the change to navigate the change. So that's it from my side, quickly to talk about the essence of the Agile coaching, very high level. And whatever I covered is actually a 3-day course. You can understand what goes in 24 hours. Telling in 40-45 minutes is not easy thing, right? I hope you understand the crux of the story. This is to create some curiosity and anxiety about Agile coaching, the power of Agile coaching, how you can change the game in the organizations. So I'll take a pause here. And with that, if any questions, I am more than happy to answer if any questions for anybody. I know we have 2 more minutes to go. You can feel free to unmute yourself, ask question, or you can post a question in the chat. Anything is fine. Please go for it. Okay, if no questions, we can give 2 minutes back, I think, Marianne. If they come back with any questions on social channels or our groups or Garranto email ID, do let me know. I will answer those questions. And I think this recording can be made available to the people. And also, if anybody needed PDF, I can share. Do let me know. So with that, if no other questions, is it a good time to seek the permission from you and people to call off this masterclass tonight?
We will also be requesting, if possible, for you to turn your camera on just for a few seconds so we can take a snapshot.
That would be awesome. If everybody can be on camera for a moment, that would be great, team. Yes. If you are around, be on camera. Awesome. Mehboob Basha Sheikh is here. Thank you so much. So where are you from? Malaysia or Singapore?
In UK.
Oh, UK. UK,
Yeah.
it is your evening time?
It's afternoon, 2 p.m. now.
2 p.m. Good. Not bad. Some countries.
I was in Aftam actually.
Oh, great.
In 2015, you were the trainer. I have attended the Agile in Aftam. That was a nice.
Wow, that's really awesome to know, Basha. I think which department you were there at the time?
That's reporting and analytics during that time.
Awesome, awesome. Good to see you back and recognizing me and remembering me and reminding me.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. I hope all is well.
Yes.
Good, excellent. Stay connected.
Sure.
Good. Thank you. Anybody else on the meeting who can be on camera? Otherwise, we're good, right, Marianne?
Yes, that's correct.
Excellent. Thank you so much, team. Once again, take care. We'll catch up again. Bye for now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Marianne, then shall we drop off?
Yes, sir. And thank you very much.
No problem. My pleasure. Take care and have a good night. We'll catch up again. Bye. Bye, Adira, Chin, Eppley, and Albert. Take care. Good night. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.